Oh, we're started? We live right now? We are live right now.
Whoa, we're live.
We're dealing with the tech issues. We are back.
All right. Apologies for that, everyone out there. My guess,
It's not your fault.
best guess, the
It's
computer
not your
overheated from
fault.
the sun. It's turning out to be a lovely, lovely day in Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. Amazing, really. And I'm hoping the stream is going live right now, fellas. So
We'll delay it.
please let me know if it's not.
Yeah,
I'll give it a little bit of time here for you for
Just
the
keep cooking.
stream to catch
Keep
up
cooking,
here.
Kai. Tell the people what you were
Yeah. So
what you were working with your best bet on the previous game.
okay, best bet from last time. NC State is where we left off. I'm taking NC State +7, running it back with the ACC for the first game. Looks like we are indeed live. Good stuff here. Welcome back. Okay, yes, if you missed the best bet, NC State, we talked about NC State Marquette in the first video. That's still out there on YouTube. We're doing part 2 right now, which includes the other 3 games. So, Jim, I believe you also had a best bet from game 1, though.
I am. I'm going with the over. I'm not sure what all got into the previous video, but we talked about the expected efficiency on both ends of the court. Marquette's pick and roll attack, NC State with the post-up play and going through DJ Burns. I think tempo will be there enough, so I'm going with the over 151. The other little tidbit that people don't know behind the scenes, the music just cranked
Yes, it
here
did.
at Stadium Swim, so the level has been taken up for video number 2.
Vibes
We got
strong.
a lot more to discuss, though.
We do indeed, and we're going to start again with Gonzaga and Purdue. The Boilermakers laying 5 here at Circa. It took a little bit of money. Gonzaga took a little bit of money. It was 5.5. The story of this game, both teams play through the post. 2 of the heaviest post offenses in the country. Purdue with Zach Edey, the, expected to be 2-time player of the year, and Graham Ike for Gonzaga. Both teams heavy post play. Both teams really good post defenses. Will the difference then be everybody else? Foul trouble. Will it be shooting? Purdue, the best shooting team in the country. Seems like they might have the advantage. Matthew, where do you go in this game?
I like Gonzaga. Zach Edey's just tall. He's not actually good at basketball. Come at me, Matt Painter. No, I don't mean that. Hey,
Matt and Titus sitting in a tree.
We met Zach at the MAC.
Great guy.
Mean, just a stand-up, a little huge stand-up giant of a dude, but just a great guy.
Matt, someone in the chat just said you have toothpick arms, so that's why you're overcompensating and yelling at somebody that's
They're
just
not
big.
scrawny, they're nice. They're not scrawny, they're
John
nice.
Freeman chirping.
I'm wiry strong. It's a terrible take. Can we boot him? Can we toss him? We'll work on that. I like the zigzags tonight. I think this is like a back against the wall type spot for the Zags. They've been kind of counted out. I'll go back to my Bart Torvik recency filter tool. Spread should be 2.5 based on how these teams have played the last 3 weeks. I know everyone looks at that Purdue domination of Utah State as like some holy cow. Utah State was just done. Like I think I just ran up the score, and I think you're getting like a point inflated line because of that score, in my opinion. That first meeting in Maui, we remember Purdue dominated in the second half, and Gonzaga was up first half. They didn't make shots second half. And I think their bigs have really rounded into form. Lately, their guards are playing well. Jim, I know we've talked about if Gonzaga could just go out and sign like another guard, they would make them like the perfect ensemble. They do feel a guard short. I still trust the 2 they have, and I trust the whistle tonight, the anti-Zach Edey whistle to push my Zags.
There's been enough made of that Matt thinks the narrative is going to show up. Interesting. You date back to that Maui game. Matt's talking about the great early start that Gonzaga had. Graham Ike hit 2 threes early. He has hit 1 3 in the 30 games since then. It was a complete aberration, not something that is going to be predictive in this matchup. I don't have a very strong take on the side. I would say my gut does say a Gonzaga lean here, taking the 5 points and just kind of having a more of a coin flip type of game. I like the over, though. I think we're going to see a ton of efficiency here, too. A little concerned about pace. I think both teams are so dead set on playing through their big men and having kind of limited depth at guard that maybe the pace doesn't quite get there. But I think efficiency is going to be a big help there. And, hey, you got a chance at OT. So one question, guys. Do we see more of the Cam Heide, Miles Colvin combination, guys that kind of add to the ceiling of Purdue, but maybe aren't as consistent as the Fletcher Lawyer, Lance Jones duo on the wing?
No, they've been the bench rotations for Painter have been a little bit inconsistent all year, right? Like they've kind of toggled with their. They don't need a lot from guys like 4 through 8. They really don't, right? They need their 2 guards to play well. They need Lance Jones to do what he does. They need Zach to do what he does. I mean, it was Trey Kaufman-Renn was dominant against Utah State. Like I don't think he's going to dominate this game. I think it's got to be another guy. Like you're right, make 1 or 2 threes, timely threes to get past.
Worth mentioning. So these teams played before. Matt kind of mentioned it. Purdue won the first game. I mentioned foul trouble at the very start. Zach Edey, 0 fouls in game 1. 24 points, 15 rebounds.
Yep.
Graham Ike, 4 fouls.
Yep.
Clearly it was a problem. I would think that's more likely to happen in this game than the other way around. Yeah. So that's a Purdue favor. I also, though, I'm going to take Gonzaga +5.
This could be another one of those games where having the extra day of prep and having played against the beautiful sets that Purdue runs, perhaps that's a slight benefit to Mark Few and the Zags. Matt, which coach is the in-game adjuster of the two here? You've been making official declarations on that.
I'll go Wash.
Wash, wow.
I'll go Wash.
Ride that fence, baby. Ride that fence.
Riders.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Wait, so I'm just looking at the box score from game 1. Only 24 total free throws attempted. You would think this would have been like an interior bloodbath and a free throw-a-thon. But
I would imagine I'll take the over on that.
Twice as many for Purdue, though. 16 for Purdue, 8 for Gonzaga.
It's like the Maui refs were on literal vacation. They just weren't blowing the old whistle. So I don't know.
All right, so it sounds like we're all Gonzaga here. Matthew? Is that
okay.
Zags.
Yeah, this is the only one I have not bet today. I have the lean to Gonzaga in the over, but I have not bet it.
Well, we're going to get some disagreements in the next game. It's Duke and Houston. Houston Cougars laying 4, the 1 seed. Duke, the 4 seed. Duke was fantastic last game. They were unconscious from 3. Jared McCain and his painted nails, whatever, was on fire against JMU.
Whoa.
Will he be?
Whoa.
Gen Z, man. Gen Z. Don't get me started on Gen Z.
Hashtag built different.
Where's the cloud?
Hashtag built different.
Where's the cloud?
Hashtag built different.
Cloud. That's me. That's me. I'm the cranky old guy here. Yes, Duke Houston. I said it before on different shows. It got a little pushback. I think Houston's physicality really can overwhelm Duke, a team that hasn't seen it. That was pushed back by, hey, these two teams scrimmage each other during the preseason. I don't think that is the same thing at all. I think this is a totally different situation. They're in March Madness, in the actual games that matter. Houston's physicality is the real deal. If you have not seen it or used to it, it can be a shock. However, I say that, Jim, and I'm going against you because I know you like Houston. I'm going Duke +4 in this game. I do think the shooting is real. The talent is ridiculous in this team. And this team is a team that we thought would be right there at the end of the year in the preseason, and they're starting to get that way.
Yeah, definitely some concern on them reverting to our preseason expectations, but no Caleb Foster has limited that. They don't have the same perimeter depth. And I think a lot of people fell in love with the Duke perimeter because of one game against James Madison where they're cooking. Matty, Jared McCain hit 8 threes, 8 of 11 in that game. Do you know what he was in the previous 5?
Doesn't matter because Roach is making everything he shoots, baby.
7 for 26 is the correct answer. I think we saw that the most recent thing we saw of Jared McCain is, oh my God, unstoppable. But now you can rotate Jamal Shed on him, who is the best perimeter defender in the country, on-ball defender, I think, in the country. Sorry to Taman Lipsey and co at Iowa State. But you've got him, and I think Sharp and Cryer have done an underrated job of getting under people, getting into that scheme. Sharp has really good hands defensively. I think he's actually a good matchup for McCain with a little more size on the wing. I like Houston with their ability to physically imprint on this game, and Duke might shrink from that a little, the same way they did last year against Tennessee.
I think that angle really hits Duke in the mouth first half, but I do agree with Kai. I think the way Duke can handle the pressure and space out Houston, if they can just get past those traps and not gift Houston turnovers and easy runouts, they can spread it and shoot it. I mean, McCain is an elite shooter, Proctor elite shooter, Roach elite shooter. We haven't talked about Flip yet, who's been kind of MIA, but MIA because others have stepped up and their opponents have really honed in on Flip. I don't think you need a big Flip game here. I just think you need Flip to be out of foul trouble because if we get a lot of Ryan Young minutes in this game, I know Juwan Roberts and Javier Francis have been a little bit, foul trouble, injured to a degree, but that's the concern I have for Duke, right? Can they keep Houston off the glass on defense, and can they handle the blitzing pressure on offense? I like Houston first half. I might be cute and go Duke full game here and kind of try and middle this like a ballerina.
That's a thread.
The thing with the Houston foul trouble is I feel like they get a lot of guards driving because Houston is aggressive on the perimeter. None of these Duke guards put rim pressure on you. I am not afraid of any of those guys scoring at the rim. It's not big wing slashers. That doesn't concern me. Also, I know Tyrese Proctor's form is pretty. There is no statistical evidence that he's an elite shooter. There just isn't.
Yeah, but I think McCain's a great shooter.
You called him elite, and I had to push back.
He's a great shooter. Yeah, okay, Proctor maybe
Proctor not elite.
Fine.
McCain, of course, elite. No pushback there.
Look, I realize that part of my Duke take here is I'm kind of hedging my own emotions here. I want Houston to win, but I'm going with the ACC team, guys. I don't want to get hurt again by the ACC. I'm tired of it. So Duke +4 for me. Matt, did you take a side? Did you take Duke or Houston?
No official
first
here.
half, Duke full game.
that's
He's
right.
a cutie.
Sorry,
Yeah, I'm not gonna tarnish our show record here with a cute double first half full game. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Houston -4. It's not my best bet, but I like the Cougs.
All right, last game then. Creighton, Tennessee, a barn burner, or a barn barner, as Charles Barkley might say. Tennessee's favored by 3.5 right now at Circa. It took a little bit of money. I was hoping to get the 3. I do like Tennessee here. Creighton's defense, they don't force turnovers. That's a problem, I think. Lowers your margin for error. What they do is they run shooters off the three-point line. They funnel drivers into Kalkbrenner. I don't think that matters as much against Tennessee. They're not over-reliant on the three-point line. They don't need it to win games. They're comfortable in the mid-range. I think Dalton Connect is a matchup problem for Creighton. And Jim, I just don't like how Creighton cannot force turnovers. They're going to have to shoot. They can shoot because they're not getting anything inside against this Tennessee defense.
Yeah, and some of the Tennessee three-point stuff, like the volume they surrender, it's a lot. They give up a lot of threes. I think that's a little deceptive because of long possessions. There's a lot of heaves, a lot of poor quality shots at the end of the shot clock. Can Creighton still create stuff late in the shot clock? I don't know. Like they don't have that go-to. Maybe it's Shireman or Alexander, but last year was Ryan Nemhard, like the late shot clock guy that can get in the paint, kind of make the defense collapse and find somebody else. I'm not sure that's going to be there today. And then on the other end, Kai, you mentioned the drop defense that Creighton plays, funnel you to the mid-range. I think that's death against Dalton Connect. I think he can get to that range, shoot over the top of you. I just looked. Circa's got 21.5 as his point total. I'm taking over.
I agree.
He is a big game player. He played like garbage last game and had 18. Like, it doesn't take an elite game for him to have 22. I'm taking that point over 21.5, and I'm on Tennessee already at -2.5. It's up to 4, 3.5, 4.
Sharp.
So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with that. I still kind of like it where it's at now.
We talked about coaches making unforeseen changes. Like, couldn't you see McDermott doing some zone here? And we've seen Tennessee against zone. Historically, on this year's team's different because of Connect. They have some zone busting ability, obviously. But I think it goes to your point, Jim. I think Connect's going to get up a healthy volume of jumpers today. Hopefully they go in for your I like the Jays. I'm just going to take better coach. It's that simple for me.
Say, if we're talking the coach who's going to make
coach thing?
in-game tweaks, it's probably not Barnes.
But I am worried about the we might talk about this earlier this week too. The effective possession, the team that will get up more shots is probably Tennessee, right? So it's hard to see Creighton if they don't shoot well. How do they win this game? But I'm just going to ride the jump shooting Jays. Just a little something in my plumes tells me they get it done today.
Right in his plumes, folks. Right in his plumes.
Double OMS.
I will say that this Tennessee team, different from Rick Barnes' previous teams, in that they do push tempo, they do like to run, they are good on offense.
Yeah,
I think that's really key against Creighton this year. If this was last year's Tennessee team, I think Creighton would have a huge advantage.
Yeah, careful of the long jump shots leading to runouts for Tennessee. We know Creighton's going to take those jump shots. They're not going in. That's fast break opportunities the other way.
Worth mentioning real quick, total bet up 3 points from the opener, 145.5. Do we have a take?
I buy it. I lean towards the over.
I kind of agree, too. Points, right? This game could be
slow. I
slow.
got nothing on total.
I know.
I don't see a lot of turnovers in this game. That means a lot of shots. And, yeah, I lean towards the over.
All right, that's it.
All right, best bets. Let's do a recap real quick. You saw it in the part one of the stream. If you saw that before, my computer just went absolutely bonkers and
it's
crashed.
currently in flames right now. It's literally just a
fire.
a
Flames,
bonfire
flames,
right there.
breathing, heaving. Clue. That's a Clue reference. NC State +7 is my best bet. Going back to the well with the ACC. Jim.
Marquette, NC State over 151. I think we see efficiency on both ends of the floor. Pace is just there enough. And, guys, I'm doing it. Dalton Connect over 21.5 is a best bet.
All right.
It is available at our fine sponsor at Circa, so I feel comfortable making it a best bet. That's what I'm going with. That's two for the people, Maddie.
I got two as well, both in the Motor City. I have no action in the, where is it, Dallas? Yeah, Dallas, the other regional. I'm going to take the Zags, as I talked about, +5 here at Circa. And then I'm going to take the 3.5 with Creighton. There's been some tug of war here today, live. We're seeing the line move back and forth, 3.5. 4.
Yeah, I mean, you got to love getting more than a possession
Exactly.
compared to the 2.5 that it was
With
before.
the better basketball coach, give me Dougie and the Jays.
All right, hey, thanks again to Stadium Swim. Look at Stadium Swim, man. It's bumping right now. You can't hear the music really, but trust me, it's loud.
But we can.
It's awesome.
We certainly can.
I got it. I'm feeling it in my plumes, Matthew, as you would say. Circa Sports, they're doing a great job hosting us. We're back tomorrow, same time Saturday.
Yeah,
So noon Pacific.
Probably indoors because it's going to suck weather-wise tomorrow. We
Very-
don't want Kai's computer to get rained on.
Yeah, very possibly indoors, but doesn't affect the showtime tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. Good luck with your bets. Enjoy the basketball. We'll see you next time.